Dua Lipa song with heavy disco influence that's really fucking good? Well, color me surprised.
Now I'm down bad, crying at the gym. Everything.
Some of the production choices were a bit confusing to me, but it was overall fine.
With every wall I built, she saw canvas.
The title metaphor is genuinely one of the most poetic things I've heard in a country song. Can't say I enjoyed it. There's always going to be a country song in the bottom 20 of these lists that's way better than it has any right to be.
You look like waves on a sunset, and you can crash on.
Okay, is it a rule that country songs in the bottom 20 have to be great?
Have a holly jolly Christmas. And when you
I really kind of wish Billboard could arbitrarily exclude Christmas music from these charts. It just clogs everything up. Totally unrelated, but that Cole Sillinger kid is a real good piece for the Columbus Blue Jackets' future. I was already pissed at how long the intro was, and the song was not good enough to compensate.
I put that on my mama, on my hood.
It's fine. Nothing I'd reach for, but it's fine.
You set my world on fire. Yes,
I'm gonna keep my eyes on this guy. I've never heard of him before this, but he's really won me over with his 2 songs.
But I see her in the back.
My patience with her growing on me is starting to get thin.
fuck this club up. Fuck this club up. Fuck this club.
A little early to feel like I'm in physical pain, isn't it?
You're the last thing that I thought I'd lose. All I am.
I don't know how far Bailey Zimmerman is in his career, but this guy has the makings of a country superstar. This song is about an ex, right? Because the rating changes if it's about an affair.
Young girl, no one that back calling me splurge. Ride me jump right off the curb.
I'll admit I don't like listening to hip hop very much, but there are exceptions to every rule.
Burn it down till it's ashes.
It was gonna be tough to live up to Handle on You from last year, but I'd say it was still good.
Yeah, I don't be giving no fucks.
At least it seemed like Drake was actually trying this time. I wanted this to scratch the same itch that his stuff from last year did, but it just fell flat.
I'ma take the high road, maybe get stoned, never let.
I thought it was fine.
I'll come and slide by 8 p.m. and say,
We're really just letting anyone on the charts these days, aren't we?
I hate to be to make it to forever. Probably.
This really doesn't feel like something that 21 Savage would normally be a part of, but his presence really doesn't make the song worse. I like the song quite a bit, actually.
You my little boo thing, so I'll give a hoot what you do.
So we're starting early with the TikTok songs, eh?
If you wanna count on my horse.
Anyone who doesn't like Chris Stapleton cannot be my friend.
Somebody pour me a drink, somebody bum me a smoke.
Post Malone doing country is not something I ever thought I needed to hear until I got it. I adore just about everything about it.
I know I can't be the only.
I'm not gonna get into specifics, but I really needed to hear this.
last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
To this day, I still don't understand why this song doesn't get as much attention as Mariah's does.
Take my heart, don't break it.
Don't have a lot to say. I like this one a lot. Honestly, this song being one of 2 entirely Spanish entries on the chart this year, especially after the wave of them we had last year, is genuinely surprising.
We gon' spin and kill. Deep in the spot. A nigga telling.
Have we as a society evolved past the need for Nicki Minaj? With every new release and out of studio controversy, I'm starting to think so. Okay, my bias towards Luke Combs is really starting to become hard to deny. Everything he does is just gold to me.
I can buy myself flowers.
I completely forgot this song existed, not gonna lie.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
It's a classic. That's about all I've got to say.
I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning.
I'd say it's better than Wait in the Truck, but that's really not saying that much.
Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
I don't know much about Kendrick Lamar, to be totally honest, but bro went in.
I'm a lost cause.
I need to learn to stop listening to other people's opinions on this guy because they're all wrong. Jelly is amazing.
I only talk to God when I need a favor.
Case in fucking point.
I like the way you kiss me. I can tell you miss me. I can tell.
This song releases chemicals in my brain that pain me. It being above two sensational Jelly Roll songs just feels like a personal attack.
If the world was ending, I wanna be.
Silk Sonic, but replace Anderson .Paak with Lady Gaga? Works for me. A hell of a lot better than APT, that's for sure.
Numero, you and know me and Drizzy, this shit like the Super Bowl, man. This shit done it big as
Well, I like the first half. Hey, we're halfway through. If you made it this far, you should consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I make reviews like this every week, and doing this will both help me keep going and keep you notified when new reviews come out.
She's my pretty little poison.
I just like the way this one sounds. Nothing more, nothing less.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas.
Have I mentioned how much I don't like that Christmas music gets included in these charts?
I'ma take a bougie ass to Rodeo and then let her pick up whatever she want.
At least it was over fast. Can't really say with a full chest that this has grown on me in the past year.
Nobody knows me like you do know.
I really hope there's minimal processing on this because her voice is genuinely beautiful. I listened to this entire song with my head in my hands.
Don't want a lot.
Last Christmas is the objectively better song, Fight Me. I really don't like it when a song's chorus reads like a fucking cheer routine. I graduated high school a long ass time ago. I don't need to feel like I'm back there. Wow, so my comments on no Spanish representation on this chart have aged well, haven't they? Admitted implicit biases towards rap made this one really tough to listen to. It almost felt weird to hear Wallen do something that doesn't involve any of his usual trap influence, but it was great. Well, that's 125 seconds of my life I'm not getting back.
I could eat that girl for lunch as she dances on my tongue.
I imagine that this would hit a lot better if I were in the target demographic.
Just one more to cry.
Why the hell does every singer sound borderline the exact same these days?
I used to float. Now I.
Some seriously existential and haunting stuff, especially since it was written for the fucking Barbie movie.
I still got some love deep inside of me. No need to lie to me.
You know, if I could ignore Sexy Red and just pretend like she was a figment of my imagination, I would.
Yeah, glow. Stomp a little pussy hoe with some shell toes. Yeah, glow.
At least this one was hype-ish.
Tell me all the ways you need me. I'm not here for long.
I struggle to think of something to say for this, so I'll just leave it at I like it. For the first time in my 4 years of doing these lists, I finally found a song that I couldn't finish.
So slow it down, take a moment.
I recognize this guy's name from TikTok, and surprisingly, I don't mind it.
He in love with glow. Never got the cookie, but got my name.
Not necessarily surprised that Megan's verses were what kept my attention the most. Can't really gauge how hard he's fallen off since I don't really tend to listen to the genre. I thought it was fine. So this is what Kanye's doing these days? Yeesh, I think I'll just stick with the early stuff. Have I mentioned how much I love Luke Combs yet?
Got me wide open, got a 45 on a mini.
You could tell me this song was written for Halsey and G-Eazy back when they were a thing, and I would 100% believe you.
'Cause I'm a real tough kid. I can handle my shit.
I'm insanely confused. What the fuck did I just listen to?
Girl, let's go put some miles on it. Back of the shed.
Would have liked to hear this as a straight country song with a real band, to be completely honest.
Let's fast forward to 300. Take
God, I hope this isn't the bar setter.
This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold'em.
I was surprised by how much I like this, not gonna lie.
When you're tasting what he's drinking, are you thinking about me? When you're
While I will admit the lyrical content is incredibly scummy, I still kind of like the way the song sounds. Too much to call it bad.
If you could see him now, you'd be proud.
Something about this song just rubs me the wrong way.
long live cowgirls, never gonna settle on down.
It's Broadway Girls again, but somewhat better. Much better, actually.
I know that last night we let the liquor talk.
Is it Wallen's best? Not by quite some stretch, but it's still fine.
Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down?
Overplay soured this song on me a little bit, but it's still an objectively good song that I like.
We can't be friends. Not a thing to
I have a tough time with Ariana sometimes, but I actually don't mind this one.
you signals a miss. You act like a bitch.
This song feels like it'd weasel its way into my ears when I'm in the exact situation the song is portraying, but would fall by the wayside at any other time.
Make me sweat. Make me harder.
I mean, it's fine. It just didn't click with me.
So I remember when we were driving in your car.
Might get crucified for this, but I'm starting to think I prefer this version over the original.
And for a fortnight there we were.
Honestly, with what I've personally heard about the Tortured Poets department, I didn't have high expectations for this song, but I thought it was okay.
Bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous.
I'm still super burnt on Doja, not gonna lie. Special thanks to these people below. If you want to see your name on this list, then come support me at patreon.com/music with SomeRandomDumbass.
I get lost when I'm with.
In a year's time, I've learned to appreciate SZA quite a lot more than I used to.
I'm better on Saturn. Not to break this.
I remember a few years ago asking for a SZA song that I'll be able to come back to. Took a while, but it seems like I finally found it. There's a metaphor in there somewhere. I can feel it. If it is what I think it is, then I am not touching on that.
Kissing and hope they cut us. Whether they like it not.
Didn't make me want to jump out a window, so I call that an improvement.
Please, 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 don't prove us.
Sabrina hasn't really clicked for me as a whole yet, but there's one big one coming up that I think will win me over.
I don't know what I'm crying.
Hey, so remember in Happier Than Ever when she stopped whispering her lyrics? She should do that more.
Sticking to the code, all these hoes for the street. I put it in her nose.
Honestly, the prospect of a good Kendrick verse is the only thing that prevented me from clicking off this song like a minute in.
I will want myself. Let me please believe me.
Let me say, this is one hell of an improvement over You Broke Me First.
And it's blue. The shape of your body is blue.
I would have genuinely questioned the numbers behind the chart if any one of her other songs finished above this one.
Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks, and
He sings like he's trying to get through the song as quickly as possible, but it's not much of a distraction when the rest of it is as good as it is.
I think I'll take my whiskey and leave.
Wait. What do you mean the Take Me to Church guy released a follow-up that's just as good, if not better, than Take Me to Church?
Rod girl, whiskey's gonna ease my mind.
Still top tier stuff a year later. Didn't this guy come out in an interview and say he doesn't make music explicitly for TikTok? Kind of hard to believe you on that one, Chief.
Think about me every night. Oh, isn't that sweet? I guess.
Permission to pretend like Skin never happened and say this was the rebuttal to Driver's License? Because this song stacks up way better.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like.
I only have a vague sense of what happened during this Kendrick-Drake feud, but I do know that this was the finishing blow. and it's not hard to see why.
I'm vanilla, baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 20.
I really don't understand the fascination with Jack Harlow, but at least the song was like, okay. I'm not gonna lie, the two songs that were on this chart is making me want to review this album. This is the only TikTok song I've heard in a while that felt like a full song. Is country back? It feels like it is, and that's fucking awesome.
Don't you know?
Really? This finished above a bar song? Oh, okay. It's Billboard's data. I deadass thought this was Chris Stapleton when it started, which didn't exactly make it better, but it didn't make it worse either.